Hello guys, so today I'm going to be making a repair on this Cisco 3750G switch. It has a problem with the fans. Apparently they are not working, and I can hear that they aren't working because it's very silent. It's also reporting temperatures of 75 degrees and above, so it's extremely hot right now. So I have a donor board, or a donor 3750 here, so you can see the inside of this machine here. It's really simplistic in terms of the electronics. It's actually really quite old. It's made in 2008, so everything's a little bit ancient. You know, it's obviously over 10 years old. It's 12. So the 3750G that's on the left here is slightly different in terms of the internal layout, because this is a 7350, has the fan on the left side of the chassis here, whereas the 3750G here, this one doesn't have that. I'm hoping that this is going to be, well, the fans at least will be fine to swap inside this other one. I'm going to have to do this while the network is on, because people are actually using the network at the moment. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take out the fans, we're going to swap the fans with the donor board here, the donor switch, and if they work, we're going to figure out why they broke in the first place. According to the report, it says hardware fan 2 is not working, so hopefully it's just the one fan that we need to replace. It's actually really hot, so once I replace the fan, if it works, I'm going to leave it for about 10 or 15 minutes. Hopefully it's going to cool down, and then I will put it back into the rack. So I'm just going to start taking off the screws of the chassis. I have to be really careful because it is really hot, and it's no joke, it's actually really hot. So yeah, and it doesn't help that it's actually inside a cupboard. The ventilator has stopped working inside this cupboard, so that's also helpful. Change these fans if they work. I'm expecting that they're going to be on full whack. Hopefully they don't cut my fingers off, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, so let's slide this case off if we can. Okay, we have a problem. We have to pull the power cord out, but obviously I really don't want to do that, so I'm going to see if I can get this to slide back far enough that it goes over the cable, and allows me then to just do what I need to do. So oh, okay, it's a big fan. Okay, it's complete. Ouch. Nothing like getting electrocuted, that's wonderful. So it's a big fan. So we need to cut this wire, not the wire but the cable tie, pop that out, and I need to go. Okay, actually, maybe we can resurrect this. don't know if you can hear that, but it's quite stiff. Maybe it's just stuck then. So let's get this cable tie cut, disconnect it, get it out, and maybe we can actually have a look and see what's wrong with it. What is the problem with this thing? It was really stuck, but now it's free. If I lift it, maybe the bearings have collapsed. So the actual screw, so the nut is just what holds it in place. So go back to the car, get a socket and pop that off. Let's go for an 8mm. Alright, let's get this thing out. So this is our fan from the 3750G. So as you can see, it's really quite stiff. I'm gonna crack open the, oh wait, what is it actually? Oh, it's the sun on. 9.8 watt, 12 volts. It smells a little bit electric, like electrical burning, but hopefully everything inside is actually okay. It's probably because it's been like trying to start itself, and obviously it can't. So let's just pop the case open. So there are some clips around the side. It's very dusty. Maybe I should have worn some gloves, but I'm sure it's fine. I need to get this thing fixed. So it could be that it's warped. Let's see if we can pop this open. And what do we see inside? So we see a little clip. It's very small. Right on the, hold on, I can't get the angle right. Right on the actual bearing shaft. So hopefully I can just squeeze my screwdriver in there and flick out the clip. It's disappeared. Wonderful. Alright. We should be able to slide that out. So now we've got it out, we can just have a quick inspection. The coil is burnt. It's really, looks like it's been extremely hot. I don't know if this will work again. We could try and test it. In fact, all of the coils have been hot, but this is the hottest one. Obviously it's gone completely black. I can't test it, I don't have my multimeter with me at the moment. Let's see what the problem is with this. Okay, so the magnet is spinning inside the actual fan itself. That's just perfect. What else do we see? Do we see any damage? It's melted slightly. So it could be that this won't actually work again because the clearance is far too low. So what are we going to do about it? Are we going to try and see if we can do something about it? I don't know if we can. We could put a spacer on the inside of this to lift it up, to push it away from the center there. But I have nothing. Not anything that I can think of anyway, at least. Okay, so I whipped out one of the fans from what would have been the donor machine, but obviously it can't be the donor machine now. So here it is, it's tiny. This one has a plastic clip around the shaft of the fan. But I don't think I can get this one out without having to just mess around with it. Hopefully I can lever it out or just tear it out in some kind of weird fashion. Okay, so here is the fan. Something flew out. It's got the tiniest bearing in the world. Obviously that's not going to work, is it? Okay, so I'm back. I have now a standard 80mm fan. I'm going to try and take this apart and see if I can get this one fixed, but if I can't, with the parts that I need from that, I have with me also an NEC projector with a huge fan. So I'm going to try and hopefully get these apart and get these dodgy fan repaired. Okay guys, so I wanted to just show you, I've just discovered a diode right there, or some sort of yeah, I think it's a diode. The number is Z87, so it's a Zener diode possibly, though I'm not entirely sure. It is blown. Hello guys again. I thought I'd just give this a go actually, that I try and repair this fan, and it turns out actually I got it working, although it's working in a very funny way. It's not 100%, but it is actually working. So I ended up replacing this diode here. Before it was very similar to this orange-red type thing here, but I managed to find just any diode. The value is less than this one, but I don't know what the value of the other diode is. It's glass like this, and it had I believe it's 2 silver markings, though I don't really know, but I replaced it with this one, but this has a lower value than this diode here. This was 0.6 and this is 0.5 something, but anyway, I replaced this diode, and yeah, it is working, but it jitters around a lot. Not entirely sure why. Blue wires come off because I've been messing, so I'm going to solder that back on. So now that I know that it's partially working, I'm going to solder this up, plug it into the switch. In fact, nobody's here now, so I'm going to turn off the switch, replace the diode that's blown, and then hopefully I'll be able to get this thing working. Okay, so here is the diode that we're going to be working on. You can see it in black because it's burnt to a crisp. I've got the soldering iron on, so I'm just going to literally flick it out. Okay, so it came completely out. It blew, so it's lifted the trace. You probably can't see because of the focus, but this is completely mangled. Let me zoom out a little bit. This is completely mangled. I have no idea what happened here, but something's seriously gone wrong. So this is what I'm working with. So you can see there the trace at the bottom goes into the pin, and the other 2 traces go to somewhere, not sure where, but those 2 are holes, and they are called vias. So I'm going to check. I have my multimeter. I'm going to check those 2 vias to see if they go directly to ground, or where they go, or what they do. I may have to power on the switch, so I'm going to just check that now. So multimeter in continuity, let's check. So this is ground. No. Okay, so they don't go to ground. This one goes to a pin, so one side of the diode goes in this direction. So if we have a look on this here, we see that it goes to the positive pin. Okay, that's good. So then the other side of the diode. So we know which direction the diode goes in, we just need to figure out which diode to use. Tin the trace here. So they are being a little bit awkward. Can't really get it on properly, but nonetheless, we've got some solder blobs on there. So this diode should go in this direction here. So it seems to be in. I have to check it obviously with the multimeter, and then we will power it on and hope for the best. Okay, so I'm going to now get this fan in its base, get it down with some resin, and then put it all back together, put it in this switch, and then hope for the best. Okay guys, so I've stuck the resin in already, so we're just going to let it set, though I do have it in the where the bearing is, so that's no fun, but we'll fix that. Okay, so it's pretty much okay now, so I'm just going to get these wires inside this clip. We're going to put it back in the switch and we're going to just see how it goes. It'd be helpful if I got the fan the right way around. Okay, so we've plugged in the fan. Now it's the moment of truth. Oh, okay. Now it was, now it's working. Although it is very wobbly. It is very wobbly. But it's working, right? That's cool. So I'm just going to leave this to run for a minute, see how it goes. The system light hasn't come online yet, so it's probably not provisioned properly on the network. I've got no green lights on the switch itself. So let's see how this is going to turn out. Okay guys, so we are looking good. The system light is green. The network, well, the switch is provisioned on the network. So we've got one live connection now. This is great news. So the switch is actually working. It's registering that the fan is connected and is working as well. So that's great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just put the lid back onto the fan here. And then we should be good to go. There we go, the fan cover is on, the switch is on, everything is running wonderfully. So I'm just going to leave this to run now for half an hour. So it is 1917 now. I'm going to leave this to run and see how it goes at around about 7:45. Okay guys, so this has been running for the last half an hour now. It's still going, everything's still fine. The system light is still green on this switch, so I'm going to take it off of power, and then I'm going to put the case back on, put it back into the rack, and then that's it, done. So thanks for watching guys, I hope you found it entertaining. If you want to see more of these videos, then please like and subscribe, and you will get notifications when I post my next videos. So thanks for watching, and see you around.